Hello, this is a video on automating page numbering using the CT Sheet Manager tool. The CT Sheet Manager utility helps automate project sheet information by generating a spreadsheet that can be managed and applied to sheet DGN files belonging to a project. The most important information automated is the sheet number and total sheets. There are times that may be needed in later stages of the project to add sheets. What you will need border cells that have the underbar tags in their names that indicate that there's tags in the border cell, such as shown here. These are the suggested steps in using during the project. Create your border sheet DGNs that use the underbar tag border cells. These border DGNs will be referenced to the sheet DGN files. Do not drop the cells. Dropping the cells will make the tags disappear. Run the CT Sheet Manager tool to create the Excel spreadsheets. The majority sheets are completed. Keep the spreadsheet in a project folder with project ID name. Update the Excel workbook as sheets are added or information is changed. Write the updated information to the DGN files from the Excel sheet using the CT Sheet Manager. Notes. Always reference the border DGN when creating new sheet files. Do not initially place the border cell in the active sheet file because the tag elements disappear when the border cell is dropped. The tag elements will be properly placed in the sheet DGN after the initial run of the Sheet Manager tool. Make sure tags is toggled on the view attributes. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate now how to do this. So what I have here is I've opened up one of the design files in the example project that I've created. And I'll show you that right now. This is the directory. What I'm going to do is just to keep things a little quicker in this video demonstration, I'm going to process just these sheets here in the layouts 1 through 5. So according to this, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's going to start from 9, sheet 9. So let's go back. And so you should see the Sheet Manager tool on the CT pull down. I have to apologize, I don't have that here. My MicroStation hasn't been configured to that update yet, but I do have a function key program to do that, so I'll use that. So you'll see a dialog. You'll see 3 tabs on the top. So once we're creating the workbook, once we're opening up a workbook that's been created, and then the third is for processing. You will see under each section there's some tips and information on how to use this section. You'll also see in the upper right corner in the Help Document button that opens up a lot more detail on all the options available with this tool. So let's go ahead and create a new workbook for this project. So I'm going to go to the Create Workbook tab and go ahead and click on the Select Project folder. Go ahead and browse to the project where the sheet design files are kept. case, I'm just sticking it in a example directory here. So click on there, and we're going to give it a name. And just give it, how about the contract number? Whatever. And go ahead and once you have this information, where the files are kept and the name that you want to give the spreadsheet, you can go ahead and click on Create Project Workbook button. And you can see it produces, basically it uses a template spreadsheet. Right now it's blank as far as the data. There's no data in it. First thing you want to do is you'll notice we're over at the Open Workbook tab. They automatically set us to that tab. And first thing we want to do in this case is select the design file. So we're going to click on that Select Design File button. And like I've mentioned before, to keep things a little bit quicker, I'm going to select these files here, EA 001 through, let's say, 4 or 5. Okay. Go ahead, open it, and so here it's giving us a preview of all the files that we're going to bring into the spreadsheet. So at this point, I'm going to click on Update Excel DGN List. The other button is, let's say you opened up a previously created spreadsheet and you just want to override everything with the new design files you selected. You just say Replace. The update method here, append and sort. Once again, if you had a previously created spreadsheet and you added some DGN files, you're adding DGN files to it, let's say you want to make sure they're placed in order, you would click on sort. Otherwise, the new design files you just selected would be on the bottom. So let's go ahead and click this button here. And now you can see you might have to spread your columns out a little more. So I'm going to select the whole spreadsheet and get my columns so I can see things better. In this example, I'm just going to do the location block information. So let's do the district 7, LA, Route 5, and just keep this simple. This is just an example. And we'll leave sheet number blank for now since that's going to be sequenced. And let's just give it a 50, just for example's sake. We'll keep it simple here. So I'm going to copy this information from here to the rest of the rows. And same thing here, copy to the rest of the rows. And then the sheet number, which sheet number was that? 9. Beginning sheet for that layout 1. And just find the cross there, bring it down. Now we got sheet numbers done. And to make things a little more interesting, you'll see it's part of the help, and also here in the color key. This is just more reference. This tab workbook here shows you what these different colors mean. There's one that says tags, not the process. So let's say we're not sure of the post miles. What I'm going to do is just set the background color to the heading of post miles to orange. Oops, wrong one. I want to set the background to orange there. So as that Excuse me, what that means is this whole column is not going to be processed right now until we maybe um, figure out what the true value is going to be for this. We're not sure of this value. It's just hypothetical stuff I'm saying here. So just so I can demonstrate this utility. What do I want to do now? Another thing I want to demonstrate is color key here. File's not found. I'm going to do another mock-up here. Go back to my directory on EA005. Let's say for some reason it got renamed or moved. So in essence, this sheet doesn't exist anymore because it's been renamed in this example here. Okay. So I believe we pretty much have every spreadsheet filled out the way we want it. I always like to do a save, so I'm going to do a save here. I don't know if it's really necessary, but I'm going to do it. And what's next? Okay, I think we're ready to do the process. So process options tab. So what file we're in right now is L1. That's our sheet 9. So this active design file, let's say you just want to test to see if it's working the way you want it to. You can do the run process right now with set active, and I'll leave it at create list of DGN tags value. So it's just going to create a list in your current directory where the sheet DGN files are kept. Yeah, you also have to pay attention to which tags are going to be processed. Right now it's only set to sheet numbering. I actually want to do the whole project ID block. We'll do all the tags that are listed in the spreadsheet. Now we don't want to do that. We just do the project ID. So go ahead and click Run Process, and it says process is finished. So I'm going to go back to my directory here, and you should see a text file, which we do. And let me bring it over. So you can see it just gave you information which design file is being processed. So let's go ahead and set it to Excel tag values to DGN. The top option, just as long as we're looking at it, DGN tag values to Excel. I mean, you could actually, let's say, completely have a finished project and you just want to build the spreadsheet again. Let's say you lost it or things changed. You could actually put on that option. It will create a brand new spreadsheet or update a spreadsheet to whatever the information is in those sheet files. I'm not going to do that part in this demonstration. I'm just going to do this Excel tags to DGN. So what else do I want to look at? Set to all files now. Instead of just active file. Or no, let's leave it on active file so we can see it, what happens. So remember, post miles is set to orange. So we shouldn't see the post miles change, but we should see the district, county, route, and sheet number, total sheets. We should see that update. And there it is. Took a little while, but there it is. So you can see that there's tags that have been changed. And these tags are actually in the design file now, the current design files. Let's go back to that. Every time you run that text file is updated. So if we go to this text file, we can see, I'm not sure what's going on here. I'll have to talk to someone about this, but you can see that district, construction, district, county, route, all these have been, the origin was used to place missing tags in the design file. That just means those tags were not in the active file or the sheet file, but it was copied from the reference border design file to get it in there. So now we do have tag elements in the actual sheet file. So it looks like it tested out fine with the active file. So I'm going to go ahead and select on all files and make sure everything's set, and go ahead and click on Run Process. This little error message that's coming up for me, that's unrelated to this program. I have to apologize for that. That's just a problem with my workstation that I can't fix right now. So you won't have to do this clicking like I'm doing for each process in the design file. You can walk away and come back later. So still processing. Okay, now it says finish. So you can see, notice total post miles, total project, that has not been changed, and that's once again that's because in the spreadsheet we changed the column heading to orange, which indicates to the program that you don't want to process that tag. So let's go ahead and quickly check all our design files that we specified. So we're in layout 5, and layout 4 has been changed. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so I'm trying to think of anything else I haven't covered. Oh yeah. Let's go back to the spreadsheet, which is, where is that thing at? Uh-oh, what happened to my spreadsheet? It went away. Well, let's open it up. So, okay, E05. Yeah, I shouldn't have processed that. I don't know what, something went wrong here. Let's open the workbook again. So I'm going to go straight to that workbook, which is here. Open it. And I'm wondering why this didn't turn blue, because it shouldn't have found this 05. One. Let's go back to 5. So it shouldn't have changed it. Okay. Let's try that. I'm just going to process that active sheet and see what happens. Oh, you know what? I'm going to run the whole thing again. So let's pretend like our sheet number has changed. Yeah, we'll paste these new ones in, because it should have indicated that E005 was not present. Let's make sure that directories match sheet num test. Sheet num test. And you can see E05 is not there. And let's see. Process options. all files, Excel tag values to DGN, project ID book. Um, I can demonstrate backup design files. What I'll do is create a directory with the backup files. Run. See what happens this time. Okay. Okay, I'm kind of confused on why it's finding EA005 when it doesn't exist anymore. I think what's happened is, oh, I see what happened. Whoops. Yeah, I marked the wrong one, didn't I? Try that. Oh, of course, I'm in the file right now. Let's do 4. Okay. Yeah, now you can see, since it didn't find EA004, it highlighted in blue. So, yeah, kind of stumbled through a few things here, but hopefully you get a good idea of how this utility works. There's probably some things I missed, but the help documentation does have a lot of information in it, so I encourage you to read through that whole thing before you even try this. I didn't fully cover the backup design files or the overwrite, how that works. I can show you that there were backup files created in this backup directory. And you can see, you can read on later on what the difference between current, unwrite current, and the regular DGNs is. Anyway, hope that helps. This concludes this demonstration.